not only on the instrument, but in giving a fitting introduction to any event that he attends. We thank him very much. Madam Chair, Ministers of State, I don't see any minister here. Members of Parliament, I don't see any. Members of the diplomatic corps, I don't know, are you here? I don't see any. Well, these are the salutations that were written for me. Delegates to the 4th General Assembly of Social Watch, that I'm sure I have your majority here. Representatives of civil society organizations, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm privileged this morning to welcome all of you who have traveled to Accra from more than 50 countries across the world to attend the 4th General Assembly of Social Watch. Let me, on behalf of the government and people of Ghana, say Akwaba, and Akwaba in Ghana means welcome, and assure you of our traditional hospitality and warmth, our exquisite indigenous cuisine, and the sights and sounds of our culture and legendary historic castles, forts, and coastal beaches. Since its emergence onto the global scene some 14 years ago, the Social Watch, through its network in more than 60 countries, has demonstrated the importance of contributions civil society can make generally to strengthen democratic culture as well as international policy making. Indeed, the persistent demands from social movements and citizens groups such as Social Watch for accountability from governments and international institutions have added a new dimension and momentum to global policy making and implementation. Africa has been plagued with several decades of bad leadership. It has taken the struggle of the people, civil society organizations, NGOs, traditional rulers, religious leaders, etc., to create the new era of democratic and constitutional government that we currently enjoy. Our government in Ghana believes in accountability of leadership to the people. Social Watch stand on accountability has made the movement a strong voice for the voiceless and marginalized in society who constitute the poor, the majority of the poor in all our countries. Indeed, you provide the ingredients of moral conscience in global policy making and global governance institutions. Madam Chair, the theme for this August Assembly, People First, Social Watch response to the global crisis, is appropriate and timely. Indeed, in Africa and in Ghana, we didn't cause the global crisis. We have no subprime mortgage problem in this country. Indeed, we own all our properties from mud houses to the concrete edifices that you see, almost 100%. And yet we face some of the harshest effects of the global economic crisis. It's the same like climate change. We have contributed the least to the destruction of the environment, and yet we stand in danger of facing the harshest effects of the changes that are taking place in our global climate. Currently, there is great optimism in the West and in parts of Asia that the worst economic crisis to hit the world in 80 years is beginning to bottom out, and that an upturn is on the horizon. And in some countries, it's started to predict better times ahead. However, for many millions of people around the world, it will take many years to recover from the negative impact of the multiple crises, starting with the world food crisis, the fuel crisis, and the more recent financial crisis. These optimistic pronouncements, therefore, do not reflect the reality on the ground in respect of the lives of millions of Africans and other people across the world. Ghana's experience over the past 3 years exemplifies the impact of this crisis.